Hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel. You're probably looking at me going, hey, you're usually wearing a hat and you look a little different today. Well, the truth is, I've been growing my hair out for past couple months. I know fall is around the corner and winter is around the corner, so just figured I'd grow it out a little bit and see how I like it. And speaking of fall and winter, y'all are probably out, those of you that's in the market for a vehicle right now, you're probably thinking, all right, well, kind of need to look for something with all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive for the winter. Well, I'm going to exclude some people in this before I get started. If you live in the mountains or you live way out somewhere and you may need to travel through some rough terrain on your daily commutes to and from work, or you just like to go off-roading for leisure, what I'm about to say don't apply to you. By all means, go get an all-wheel drive, get a four-wheel drive, I get it. But I mainly want to make this video for those that maybe you just had a regular commuter car and you're at that point of replacement and it's near fall and winter and you're thinking, well, this time around I want to get an all-wheel drive, or this time around I want to get something four-wheel drive for the snow and for the icy road conditions. Well, if you're just a regular commuting on the road to and from work and going around town for groceries and things like that, if that's just your normal vehicle usage, you don't need four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive for winter. Just pick you out. Now, I do stand by, pick a vehicle that suits your lifestyle. Now, if you're a sedan person and you used to driving sedans, well, look for another sedan. But think about getting an extra set of wheels and put some winter tires on those wheels. Or if you're the kind of person that likes to have a custom set of wheels on a vehicle, we'll get the custom set of wheels and a all-season tire for the custom wheels, and then take your stock wheels and put all-season tires on those, or snow tires on those. Because with that, you're going to go through the snow better with snow-rated tires than you will with any four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive with regular tires. They've had studies done on that prove that just the snow tires give you better performance in snow and winter conditions than regular stock tires. And also from a maintenance perspective, like if you don't need a V6 or V8, this day and time with fuel prices the way they are, try to go four-cylinder, something four-cylinder in any way possible. I know that's a whole another ball of wax and reasoning there. But in short, the short answer is it's easier to maintain a four-cylinder vehicle, regardless of what it is. There's just less moving parts, easier to get to, things of that nature. Where a lot of things, the majority of vehicles out there are front-wheel drive based. If you have a V6 in there, you have an engine that's essentially mounted sideways. And so therefore you lose access to half of the engine that's near the firewall, and it makes it harder to work on and therefore more costly to fix. But if you can get by with four-cylinder horsepower and get along just fine, try to go that route. But this video is basically focused on why really you don't need four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive if you're just basic commuting. And the people that say they need four-wheel drive, 90% of the time they haven't read their owner's manual. And that is, you're not supposed to use four-wheel drive on main roads. It tells you that in your owner's manual. It'll say, do not operate four-wheel drive on flat surfaces. That's meaning the road. They can damage your four-wheel drive system and your transfer case, things like that. And also, and I understand that maybe some people owned, say, a regular front wheel drive or basic rear wheel drive vehicle, and this time around you're determined that you're going to get an all wheel drive this time around. Well, if you're going to do that, then let me at least advise you that there is added cost with all wheel drive, and there's maintenance procedures that you must do correctly to maintain that all wheel drive system. And with all wheel drive, if you get out here and you blow out one tire, you're going to have to replace all 4 tires. It's not a one tire at a time deal. Some people will say, just do it. But those tire treads, the way these all-wheel drive systems are calibrated, each wheel has to have the same exact diameter. Excuse me. So if you have a half-worn tire and it blows, and you put a brand new tire on there to replace it, you're going to have a brand new tire with a few millimeters more diameter because of the new tread than the other 3 half-worn out tires. And that's going to cause your all-wheel drive system to go work harder, to compensate, and wear out quicker. So just be aware of that. That with tires and transfer case maintenance, there's extra cost there. So by all means, it's your money, but I'm just trying to give you some knowledge to help you in your decision making. But as far as all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive, this whole adage of you need four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive for winter, you don't. Now, like I said earlier in the beginning of the video, now if you live and you're commuting, you got a harsh commute anyway, then yeah, I get it. But your typical neighborhood dwellers and city dwellers that just commute to and from, they're just looking for a new vehicle. You got to look at that. The cost of owning it, the cost of acquisition, really is not worth what you don't use. Because like I know so many people that have four-wheel drive trucks, and they might use it 10% of the time, and that's because they're purposely going off-road to use it. Otherwise, it stays in two-wheel drive. And sometimes if you're looking at like a basic SUV, the cost to go from, say, a basic front-wheel drive to all-wheel drive could be anywhere from $500 all the way up to $5,000 for all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. It's a difference. Go do the math. Just go pick a manufacturer, right? Ford, Chevy, Dodge, Toyota, whatever. Pick a manufacturer, go on their website, and click on the base, say RAV4, right? Or Mazda CX-5. Get the base, write the price down, and then all you do is just select all-wheel drive option, and look how much the price goes up. Just that alone right there, the difference. You know, say it's $3,000, right? $3,000 to go from basic front-wheel drive to all-wheel drive. To put it in perspective, a spare set of wheels and some snow tires might run you $800 compared to $3,000 to have all-wheel drive and the extra maintenance and things like that. You can just store that extra set of wheels. And then the other benefit of doing that, having the two sets of wheels and going back and forth between, say, spring and summer, you ride your all-season tires, and then late into fall and winter, you run your snow tires. You're spreading out the wear on both sets of tires, so you're going to get double the time frame of usage out of both sets of tires because they're not on the road all the time. So just something to think about. Yeah, it might be $800 for another set of wheels and tires, but that $800 is going to stretch over several years because you're going to be able to use those winter tires for a long time compared to one breakdown of the all-wheel drive system or four-wheel drive transfer case. You could have bought 2 sets of tires. Just something to think about. Want to make this video since we're nearing fall, and thanks, y'all. Have a great day, and God bless. See you next time.